Hey, welcome back to Sober Now. I'm Jim LaPierre. Today's topic is why does my brain go 100 miles an hour and what can I do about it? So, this is actually extremely common in active addiction, in early recovery, and even for a lot of us in long term recovery. We find that, well, I had an old timer say it to me once this way: my brain is not my buddy. A lot of us feel like we have adversarial relationships with our minds. We find it hard to slow them down. We find that we're easily distractible. We find that we're trying to do way too many things all at the same time. And we have, I guess, a layperson understanding of what attention deficit disorder is. And most everybody that I work with in recovery tells me that they have it. And it's actually only a small percentage of us that do. There's a lot of things that look like ADD, anxiety, PTSD, and really just an addictive brain functions very similarly to what attention deficit disorder looks like. So before you go diagnosing yourself, first and foremost, know that if you're in the middle of a change process, if you have untreated trauma, if you find it difficult to identify or to cope with strong emotions, all of these things and more are going to leave your brain going at 100 miles an hour. We're people who tend to live at the extremes, and that fuels this fire of the mental checklist of all the things that you want to do and think that maybe you'll get them all done by Tuesday. If you're anything like me, you have worked throughout your recovery and maybe even throughout your lifetime to block out certain thoughts and certain memories. And this, of course, is a distinctly unnatural thing to do, but it's completely understandable. A lot of us find that when we have time to rest and relax, that our thoughts naturally return to self. We're more aware of ourselves, but those places that we try not to go, those things that we try not to feel and not remember, just kind of return to us. And we push them away, only to find that they keep coming back. So as we go through recovery, as we're able to deal with past loss or past grief, as we're able to resolve inner conflicts and find ways to feel safe in our own minds and our own skin, it kind of naturally follows that our minds slow down. Isolating has the net effect of increasing that 100-mile-an-hour thinking. When we're not connected to good people, when we're working excessively, when we're doing anything at the extremes, we're kind of throwing fuel on that fire. So the hard thing, I think, for us to do is to step back and to recognize, okay, this isn't working, this isn't manageable, this isn't sustainable. And I'm not going to just fix this or simply continue to fight this losing battle for self-control. Instead, I'm going to share what's going on with me with at least one or two people that I can feel like I can trust and explore what of all these things that are going through my mind, are all of them things that are real? Are all of them things that are actually my problem as opposed to somebody else's problems? Folks who have minds like mine often tell me that they're empaths, and I know that that's true. But one of the hard parts about being an empath is that we tend to take on other people's feelings and other people's problems as though they are our own. So I often encourage folks to practice taking a daily inventory. It's spelled out really well in step 10 of the 12 and 12 in terms of how do we become introspective? How do we look at what is ours to resolve, what is ours to fix, and what is ours to simply release and not hold on to? Those are most commonly things that we're powerless over. Let's take a look at what our goals are, and let's take a look at how much support we have in our life for the things that we're trying to accomplish. If you're anything like me, you struggle to respect your own limitations. You're always a little too optimistic about what can be done in any given amount of time, and you tend to not only expect too much from yourself, but to be highly critical of yourself. And these continue to fuel that all or nothing black and white thinking. So I promise there's always more options than we can see. I can promise you that two minds aren't twice as good as one. They're a million times better than one. And as we begin to feel more safe, more accepted, as we learn to identify what we feel and cope with it, that everything becomes more manageable and we feel more at peace. So I'm wishing lots of serenity for you, and I'm asking that you email me, jim@sobernow.com. Let me know about the struggles that you're having, the questions that you have, and let's work on those together. Please give a like on this video and share with friends and family so we can expand the conversation. And please take excellent care of yourself. Thanks. Have a great day.